is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective, energetic, karmic reading. Now, excuse me, that's my lotion. I don't usually do these things on celebrities, but I feel like it's some things that need to be said, talked about, because it's still ongoing and it is wild. Wild. Wow. So we're going to mix this up tonight. May include some things from other folks, opinions. You know what I'm saying? Till it's in a court of law, it's not fact. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not fact. But definitely not fiction. All right. If this is your first time to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment in the comment section or the chat. Let me know. Oh, it's my lock. That darn cat got to my stuff. Oh, I'm gonna get her. Anyway, so what's up, guys, girls, everyone in between? What's going on? So, I got a new deck, and we're about to unpack some stuff. But I want y'all to ask questions about this, okay? So please like, share, subscribe. If I get a like, I'll take a question. All right. Hey, Carmen. Oh, Carmen, I gotta unpack some things with you. My gosh. But I ain't gonna do that on a live. So I should have some other answers for you that we talked about soon. So let's just keep that to ourselves. Well, shall we? So new deck. It's called the Tea Leaf deck. I like it a lot already. Now, this deck has the months of the year and something called Astral House. But it's not like your typical Astral House, like in astrology, where you have the 1st through 12th house. This is something else. This talks about wealth. I can hone in on love, success, career, happiness, and marriage. So this is a live collective reading. I'm not doing personals. This is not a personal night. Thursday night I do personal readings. So tune in on Thursdays and Sundays, okay? Typically 9:30 p.m. I'm trying to figure out how. I don't see how I can chat. No problem. I don't even see how I can chat. That's the crazy part. I don't see the ability to chat. What is up with that? Let me see. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this thing. All right. So let's get busy. We got over 200 cards to choose from. I'll be using this deck mostly for, I will say, personal readings off camera, because I can actually use this whole deck in a certain pattern that they recommend. I tried it to give a past, present, future within 4 months to a matter of days. So let's unpack. Carmen, you got a question regarding Mr. Diddy? that you would want to know, because we got to unpack this. I feel like, so when I use these cards, which is the astral houses, right? They're about the good and the bad, right? So if it's marriage, it could be marriage or divorce, happiness or sadness. So I'm gonna make sure I say that. Career or poverty, I'm sure. Success or failure. I guess love or hate, and we talking opposite, and wealth and poverty for sure. You think he's in danger? Oh, is he in danger? Let me see what I would use. Well, success and failure. Okay, happiness. We'll go with happiness. Maybe. I think he is. I also think a lot of people in danger too. I think a lot of people in danger. Now, oh, so this one again is the houses of the month. So we got December, January, February, March. So just to let you know that we have that when we can do timing. All right. All right, Spirit, give me a message regarding is Puffy in any real danger? Is Diddy in any danger? Mr. Love or whatever he calls himself. So the two, I'm going to do a pyramid. The two closest is 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months. Puffy in any danger? And then 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. They got a lot going. There's so much going on every day. I'm actually going to play some stuff for y'all because it's crazy. All right, tell me more. And then 4 months, 4 days. 4 days, 4... drop. 4 days, 4 weeks, or 4 months. Ooh. His crown has fallen. And this is given 4 months ago. So I guess whatever he had, or 4 weeks or 4 days, but his crown has fallen. Put it this way. You know, he thought he was a king. Oops. Shit. What up, girl? We talking about the diddler tonight. Oh, good advice from a wise person. Let's see. Guaranteed success. Oh yeah, 4 years. Opportunities are waiting for you. So, in the past, he had guaranteed success. So this is given. It's given. He was protected because he had guaranteed success in the past, right? 4 years ago, longer than 4 years. You know, we know that he in the past had guaranteed success. He was crowned, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Love, Mr. Diddy, Puff, whatever he wanted to call himself. He was crowned. He was the king. You couldn't tell him nothing. King of Ciroc, king of this, king of that, right? And you got doors, opportunities are waiting for you. Yes, the diddler. And he just had he had multiple business ventures, right? Besides stealing from his artists. He, had the alcohol, he had clothing, he had God knows what else, right? And then Al, he was taking advice from a wise person. What I think, though, he just took advice from somebody older than him that told him how to do the things that he does. Because like they say, Clive Davis is worse than him, right? But he learned from Clive and more. Mm-hmm. Hi, Weary Bunny. All right, so Rabbit, too much concern with... Yo, look at this. Look at this. Too much concern with sexual matters. If this ain't a Diddy card, if this ain't a Diddy darn card, the diddler, yo, We know he is Scorpio, but this nigga is a, excuse my man, excuse my man. This ninja is a Scorpio to the max. To the max. He is a Scorpio of Scorpios. Look, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of his life. But look at the arrow. The arrow is giving phallic energy. You got the rabbit here. He thought he was on the right thing. Time to act. And he also thought he was powerful like a lion, right? This dude, he thought he was the it. Couldn't tell him nothing. And I'm also getting that he thought that whoever his like attorneys are or whatever people surrounding him, that he was going to get off, right? So he was being courageous, especially when he was about to turn himself in. He did not think, when they gave him a time that he had to do it, he did not think that he would be taken down. He thought that it was going to be on his terms. So he still was behaving like a lion, like, I got this. I could do what I want. That's right, Manish. Karma all day. Then we got misunderstanding. This is what he would like you to believe. Oh, it's just a misunderstanding. I didn't do any of those things. But again, back to the rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters. Yo, this dude was a lot. And then rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Okay, so maybe building the case. I'm feeling like building the case was probably the most difficult part, which they had to collect all that evidence. And then you got rainbow, right? So we know rainbow has another connotation because of the LGBT community. And he was a part of that, even if he didn't want to admit it. Oh, wait till I clarify this. Look at this deck, y'all. I just got you. First of all, let me go back. Not first of all, because I'm all halfway into the reading. Thank you, Black Cherry, for this beautiful deck. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it so much. It's one, my last 3 decks, this one, Intrusive Thoughts, and the Intuitive Kipper deck are some of my favorite decks of all time right now. Like, I had favorite decks before, but this right here takes the freaking cake. Okay, these 3. Kipper is my go-to. If I don't feel like using tarot, Intrusive Thoughts gives me some interesting takes. And this one right here is like, I can't, it's still new to me. I only got it yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. I played with it a little bit, pretty accurate to certain situations. So I felt like this is all right. Okay. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So now, let's start back with guaranteed success. So in the past, tell me more about this past, Spirit. Use your intuition and make beneficial changes. Oh, yeah, let me tell you something. This narcissist, the diddler, was very intuitive about people. He really watched people and studied people. So he would look at what motivated you. He would look at what made you scared and in fear. And he thrived. Honestly, he thrived off of fear. Like, I liken him to like a rapist, because he definitely raped people. But, oh, am I supposed to say that? Grape. He did some graping and made some wines and stuff. But he was a grapist because he thrived off fear. I feel like if you wanted something from him and you threw it at him, he probably didn't want it. He probably wouldn't be interested. But the more you have fear in your eye, the more he wants to take something. All right, so we got, be careful and do not take risks. I feel like he was warned. Maybe not by your average handler. But I feel like at some point in the past energy, he was warned about certain risks, but he was not careful. He was the opposite of careful. Okay? And this is an interesting claw with, you can see the tendons and stuff. But anyway, he might have been warned many times, but he was always guaranteed success, so he didn't feel the need to take any pause or beware. So he was always taking risks. And he was part of a very elite society that protected one another. Plus, he blackmailed people all the time. And he had his hands in the police. He not eating because he know that's what he would do. He poisoned Kim, they said. Yeah, he reported he's not eating for... Yeah. When you do stuff like that to people, you just expect death, really. Because his karma, baby, that karma is severe, I think. All right. Then we got chain of events that will affect your life. Wow. This is what he got, y'all. So, I watched a video today that had several snippets in it. Matter of fact, let me pull that up and see if I can get that up. Oh, no, that's not the right. Hold on, y'all. Whew. Yeah. He told one of the talk shows, like, I guess the guy was asking him about his future, and he said, "Oh, it's not written yet. You got to go along for the ride. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to come on with this." Let me see. Okay, here we go. Let me turn off this other one. Skip that. That guy said you got to come along for the ride. I said, oh. Let me see. Now, what I'm about to play is something from YouTube, so it should be YouTube friendly. Somebody else's content, compilation of things. I don't know if I'm gonna get right to it. Okay, there we go. No, that ain't it. This is when he was talking about the parties. As a business owner, it's important to lean into your strengths and do the things that only you can do. He sure did get a series of it. He sure did. He did. He definitely did. Hold on. Let me see what else we got. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. Yo. Isn't he full of self-delusion? Is he or is he not full of self-delusion? And he definitely, like I said, if he had any advice from anybody, he would not take any wise advice. This man was extremely self-delusional. So he seemed to think he was untouchable because the powers that be said he was guaranteed success, right? And he was told to be careful, not take risks, but he felt like he wore the crown. So I'm royalty. I'm hip hop royalty, or whatever he thought he was. So he felt like he could not be touched. The rabbit is here, right? So it's showing that he was overly concerned with sexual matters. He used those, what they call humiliation rituals, I guess, to intimidate people or to blackmail people or to conquer people, so to speak. Family matters, right? Oh, and he taught his sons. He taught his sons, and he did what he did to Kim Porter. I'm gonna say it like that, right? So everything was in the family. Or he always talked about family. If you think about it, all the rap artists, when you see him hanging with he would say, "Oh, y'all family now. We family now." He was big on saying family, family, family. But what he meant was more like a gang or mafia type family, right? Oops, something trapped. Carrot. He thought that his life was an opportunity and a windfall. He thought that he would always be blessed. But again, the powers that be convinced him that he had guaranteed success. Just do what we asked you to do. And he did. Put things on the black web. Tell me more. Took all kind of footage. How do you have 784 of those things in your house? How do you have 1,000 bottles of mineral oil? Like, he was overly concerned with those matters. You got what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Overly concerned. Elephant, a long journey with either physical or mental will leave you wiser at the end. Oh, he about to learn a lot, y'all. And he doesn't realize that the internet has the memory of an elephant. And you know why I say that is because anything that was related to him is getting pulled up now, right? People like, you know what? I always thought that such and such interview from 2000 blah 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 was interesting or weird, or just like they brought up that guy who said he was an ex-slave for Cassie and him, and he randomly brought that out in an interview over something he did at a Trump location. I can't remember where it was. I think at the golf course. He did something. And he was arrested and they were interrogating him, and he volunteered information about the diddler and what he was. And his description matched the allegations in her lawsuit. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Tell me more, Spirit. I love this deck. Oh my gosh. Like, real time to get out of a situation. Yeah, see, this is what he thought, right? Because this pale and wall, or clarifying pale and wall, misunderstanding, time to get out of a situation. So all this time, he was thinking that he can con the public or the law into thinking that all of this is a misunderstanding, because I still want to wear my crown. I want to maintain my life. And they said, yeah, we got all the evidence we need. They collected it in that pail and took it with them. So ain't no getting out this situation. I don't know what the feds are going to do, but it's not likely for him to get out of this situation because the evidence is thick. They're telling us a little bit at a time, but I feel like they got loads more. Plus the Kim Porter book came out, and that has thrown a lot into the game. Tell me more. Old man, dealings with a relationship with an older man. And this is the Clive Davis. And, wow, and that's clarifying rainbow. So what I get from this, if you didn't hear, Clive Davis came out as bi. And I just feel like he had an idea that this was coming. So it kind of softens the blow that, oh, if you thought Clive was straight, no, he already announced that he's bi. So for him to be like, okay, I embrace my stuff and who I am and what I represent, well, that older man came out. He came out in time to act like you can't sit there and say he didn't do something. You get what I'm saying? Like, he knows he did stuff, and now him coming out ahead of time validates what he was doing, so to speak, right? Man. Yeah, that Rico, they said, listen, 90%, the percentage was super high, like 90 something percent, 98%. It was crazy. Rico charges do not get dropped. They don't lose. So that means the feds do not touch you unless they know they got what they got on you. What's the bottom of the deck? Yep, an exciting event. And the reason why this is exciting, it's not exciting in the good ways. It's exciting in like, wow. You get what I'm saying? Thank you, Eric. Jesus loves you too. But, this is excitement. Like, it really is exciting. I don't know why, but it's like you get a burst of adrenaline the more you hear about it, because it's so fascinating. I want to. It's not unbelievable, but it's definitely fascinating. Like this was really going on under our nose with all these different players and people that we love their music or their persona in the community. They're basically saying things like um, the Kardashians are witches. Although we definitely heard about that before, but now it's coming out that he may have tapes and files on her, Kim in particular, I should say, and probably her mother. I don't know about the other two, where they're poisoning men, and I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't see anything. That was hearsay for me. But it is. It's like watching a train wreck, and you can't turn away because you said Jay is next, but I was about to say you don't know for sure who's next. You know that there's certain people, so many. Then you find out how wicked and bad it was when it came to Justin Bieber. How he turned him out in 48 hours because he got a hold of him because Usher served him up on a platter. It is amazing. Like, okay, so and so was a victim, then why would you serve somebody up to him? Mary J. He had gotten Mary pregnant. She had an abortion. Mary also is being accused of dealing with a youth and flying them out when she was 24 and they were 15, 16. Tell me more. What is this? Beetle. Good fortune. Yeah, this is going to clarify unicorn, but this is because in the past he had good fortune and he made a ton of money. All right, so he was feeling like I'm the bee's knees, like what I'm saying. I'm good financially. Ain't nobody gonna touch me, and he thought that his finances were gonna save him even in this, but no, man, no ham and no turkey. All the so tonight, a friend tells me back in the day, her people knew Jada, right? Smith, and that Jada was a stud back then. But then she was acting and got popular, and so there was a switch up. And so, you know, I ain't gonna get into the rest. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It's so much coming out, y'all. Even people's personal experiences with them is just crazy. Jag been saying this for years. Who was Jag? Oh, T-Liv, see. Good news. See, in the back, no, he was supposed to be careful who he took his advice from, but he didn't. You know why? Because he was dealing with handlers all the time. And those handlers was always telling him what he wanted to hear. That, the stories that come out, you heard what Cat Williams said. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to turn down 50 million 3, 4 times. I think it was 4 times just to remain intact. And he said he got the receipts. Hi, Akbar. Eminem saying, wow. And let's see. The Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. This man was isolated in his tower. Okay, because that is clarifying the 4 years, 4 weeks, 4 days scenario. But he was isolated in his tower. I feel like the tower of his delusions, the tower of his mind, because he felt untouchable. I mean, when you paying police off and God knows what other agency in the government off, when you got powerful elite people dismissing things before it could even come out. It's amazing how Cassie was able to even bring this to light. It's amazing that she's still here with us and basically untouchable, because what I'm hearing is he better not let nothing happen to her. So if something happens to her, it's going to lead back to him. You heard about the storm? What storm? Akbar. And then, oh, I haven't heard nothing about that storm. Tie bite me. So Tiger doing something risky and taking a chance. This is what he would listen. That's clarifying dragon with the owl and self delusion. He thought that he was invincible, doing something risky and taking a chance. Wow, that's all he did. That's all his whole entire life, that we know of. From that point on, from the time he came on the scene was a risk. Listen, I couldn't understand, and I said this man got some kind of magic behind him. Oh yeah, they said that he's a part of voodoo, but um, when in 1990, it's not 89. I'm trying to think what year that was, but in the early 90s, when the Queen's um college party happened and B Smalls was supposed to be performing, my friend and I were gonna go, but I didn't know Queens like that, and so this is pre GPS, so I was like, I'm not comfortable milling around in Queens. I don't know Queens like that. I know Brooklyn, I know Manhattan. I don't play with the Bronx and the Queen in Queens because that's not some place I frequent. And so my friend was like, come on, girl, come on. I was like, and we don't have tickets. So she was like, no, we could go. I said, this is Biggie Smalls. I'm like, it's going to be crazy. She's like, come on, come on, come on. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I ain't feel good about it. I'm not doing it. So we don't go. And then the 11 o'clock news comes on, and there's a stampede, and several people died. And he did not go to jail. He oversold tickets. So the tickets was actually sold out, they said, and then they sold more at the door. He never went to jail. That should have ended him from the beginning. Okay? Oh man. Are they? Yep. He definitely got dark magic behind him. And the girl should be with Kim's best friend. They don't need to be with his handlers. But so yeah, we didn't go, and I pointed out to her. I said, "See, exactly why we didn't need to be there." She didn't. She was mad, but I didn't care because I trust my gut, and my gut says, "Stay your behind home. You do not know this place. Do not go someplace like that. You do not know." And lo and behold, people got trampled and suffocated, and people died. Many people, and he never went to jail. I could not understand that. Okay, I was waiting for the downfall that never happened. So he been messing with something back in the day because his whole aura is dark. One of the girls, I don't know if she called herself Sexy Red. She's something red, right? Friends with Cassie. They went. She tells a story, and at one point in the story, they go to the karaoke, they just want to go have fun, and he follows them there. So they were at one event, they want to leave with the girls or whomever her crew. They go to do karaoke. He shows up, and she said it felt like the air was sucked out. It said it felt like the air just got sucked out of the building. And the closest thing that comes to mind whenever somebody says that, or when I get that feeling, is the Dementors. No, yeah, the Dementors from Harry Potter. If you ever read that, Harry Potter there's these soul eaters called Dementors, and they just suck the life from people, literally. And you got to stop them before they get to the end of your soul, like pull your soul out. And she said that's the kind of energy she felt from him, and that was the first day she ever met him. Yeah, he's a lot. Let me see. Ooh, involvement with the law. Family matters, and this is too much concern with sexual matters and family involvement with the law is going down, y'all. We know it's going down. The Rico charges, he not going to beat them. He not. I don't see. I just see he's not gonna beat him, y'all. We know this. We know this part. I just feel like everything's in flux right now with this whole situation. Tell me more, Spirit. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start, opportunity, windfall. This is what he was hoping. He felt like, oh, mm, what I just heard is this, you know, and I feel like this is the obvious. So I don't feel like I'm saying anything like revolutionary, but this is going to revolutionize the industry, is what I'm hearing. Like, this is going to create fresh new ideas, fresh new situations. Like, these things can't really happen anyway near what was going on. So there might be some underbelly of things, but then there's going to have to be a rise that's going to be different. So if you think about the trends, right? And this is what I'm hearing. It's like when you think about the trends in Hollywood, if you notice now, more TikTok stars, more YouTube stars, more social media stars are what people are more interested in watching, right? And it's not the kind of, you know, we're not sitting home watching sitcoms anymore. You know what I'm saying? We're not watching too many movies the same way, or we're not going out to the theater, but we may watch, right? Or you got, what's that called? Tubi. People can produce their own stuff and get it on a cable network for anybody to see. So I feel like this is going to push the dynamic even further, where the record companies won't be needed as much. People are going to have to find other ways to make money. The industry, everything in the industry, but between Hollywood and the music industry, is about to shift. But I feel like that goes without saying. Will he live through it or have another Epstein? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Let's ask Spirit, will he live through this before trial? Will he make it through a trial? Money and property through inheritance, winning or windfall. I don't know what that means. Let me clarify. Will Puffy make it through a trial? Lighthearted, carefree time. Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Temporary situation. Yeah. Ooh. What is that? A marriage will take place. No. Give me one more. Oh. I'm not getting, Spirit's not really giving me a definite on that. Because I got both money and property inheritance. So there's gonna be a lot happening with his property. No, I can't. Temporary situation, we know that. Marriage will take place either romantic or business. I feel like, well, one of the things we had speculated a couple months ago was that he might marry Karesha, so she can't testify against him. But we just started to find out, one, they ain't really together that way that he would marry her, and two, it's bigger than her and anything she could possibly say about him. And family wishes come true. See, yoke, feeling tied down. Well, all I know is he gonna feel yoked, feeling tied down and frustrated. Yeah, it's going down. Let me shuffle these back in there because we ain't done. We're not done. Tell me about this elephant spirit. Why? What is happening? Am I back on? Can y'all hear me? Hello? Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Because I'm like, what just happened? Anyway, all right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's talk about this elephant, spirits. Why? What are we gonna not forget, or what's gonna be unearthed? The bat. Take care. Enemies are working again. I did tell y'all there's 200 cards in this deck, right? It's to over 200 cards in this deck. Take care. Enemies are working against you. So, all right. This is what I feel like is about to happen. Somehow we're going to find out the like one of the real reasons why that was probably under our noses the whole time, that they allowed this to happen to him. You know, one of the theories is that he is not relevant. You know, he was not able to produce any late hits. He tried with that Love album and it flopped. And when the elites feel like that you're of no service, they don't really protect you anymore. But I still feel like it's more than that, because plenty of artists have flopped, come back, or stayed relevant in some way. So he must have been. I already felt like he was doing a lot with the alcohol, because I felt like the Ciroc situation that triggered it. But I feel like it's going to be a mountain of things that come out about his delusional self that's going to show why this was allowed to happen to him, because they could have stopped Cassie in her tracks if they wanted to. Hi. Checking star for me. No money, no love. Your problem, the star. Okay. So the pale. Let's talk about the pale. Oh shit. Excuse me, y'all. Dang. It's hard to hold this 200 card deck. So bear with me. Pick up my little cards. Goodness gracious. Whew. All right. So did it go out again? I would say one person, and I'm sure it's more than one person. That's weird. All right. So tell me about this pale. Time to get out of a situation. Box. You will receive a gift. Oh. He get ready to he's please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I gotta remember to say that, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment in the chat. Let me know how you feel. Also, there's live donation readings on Thursdays, so holla at your girl. Says box, you will receive a gift. So what I feel like is he gonna be in the hole. Like, this man is gonna be in isolation. I think though in some states that's now illegal. To put somebody in isolation. I don't know if it's a time frame or period, but something about putting somebody in isolation is an issue. So he may or may not end up in isolation, but we'll see. Tell me more. What's this say? Leg. Stepping into a new... So he getting ready step into a new experience. He's experiencing life in ways he's never. And if you look at the darkness of the background, that leg is stepping on something that looked like dry ground with grass coming through the cracks. It almost looked prickly, but not. You know what I'm saying? He's in the hole now? Oh, shoot. Well, I just knew he was on so-called suicide watch or something like that, but I didn't know he was in the hole. Bottom of the deck, jug, light hair, carefree time. With this, I'm getting, and I saw this card a little earlier, but this is the opposite of light-hearted and carefree. Okay, because he got all the cares on his shoulders. But him being locked up is not probably lightening the load for people who feel like that they're his victims. that may have felt powerless against him. He had new allegations or a new case against him, I believe, as of today, that was announced. And I didn't even get to see that yet. Okay, so he got a whole new case, a whole new person against him. By some good fortune. This person, this ninja, thought he was untouchable, and he found out that is not the case. He is very touchable. He is very touchable. You know what? I wonder if I can pull up my live on my thingy thing. Let's see. No, not that way. Oh yeah, Diddy goes on hunger strike. Refusing to eat, leak phone calls to family. Diddy getting an Epstein special. Wow. Now can I check with y'all? Let me turn this down. Yes, I can check. Perfect. If I need to. That's the way he could be protected. Inmates, maybe. Whoa, that's true. That makes sense. He did. I do know when he got there, he was scared to death, and he was begging for his kids, and he feels unsafe and all that stuff. Oops. And yep, and we definitely know what happened to Epstein. I know, Maribel. I did hear the same thing. I heard. Great passion. Yeah, back in the day, he was the man in his mind. Guaranteed success. Oh yeah, he thought ooh. So you know what's interesting about this? I learned this pyramid technique from the book about these cards when I got them. I had another reader I recently met showed me the cards. So Sister Cherry was so kind enough to donate these cards to me. And when I tried the pyramid, I realized the pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid, which represents a longer time frame, tends to tell about the past energy. So when I pull up for these bottom cards right here, it's because it's giving me like what he thought in the past. Oh, you've been there? Oh my God. And you know, he has to abhor dirt around him, even though he's a very dirty person in his own like skin. You get what I'm saying? But he, you know, he surrounds himself with white. So he's not used to being in environments that are filthy outside of his own energy. I like the cards too, right, Carmen? When that girl pulled that cards, I said, let me see that. Tell me more. Finger warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. See what I'm saying? This is clarifying. Ear, good news. Be careful. Do not take risks. Honor and respect will come to you. But this is warning you of a problem either now or in the future. He was warned. He felt untouchable. Tell me more. And let me tell you something. Somebody don't want me to be able to say what I gotta say. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can get notified anytime I come on. Ring that bell and under subscribe. That way you always get notified when I'm here. Make sure you like this live. Keep the algorithms going. You know what I'm saying? Share it if you feel like. Karma. Yes, the year of karma. Danger, especially in money matters. I like these cards, y'all. They telling the truth. So you got the Tower, the chain of events that's affecting your life, the opportunities that are waiting for you, and danger, especially in money matters. That I'm telling you, just goes back to the him beefing, and I felt like he was trying to sue Ciroc for some reason, and they pulled it back and was like, "No, Ninja, you don't own this. You the face of this," or whatever they told him. But he was trying to beef with them, and I don't know if it was over proceeds. I feel like it was is either power or proceeds or both. And whatever he thought he was going to get, they let him know. No, I feel like they did something similar to Jay-Z, one of them alcohol companies, Dulce, or whatever it was. If I'm right or wrong, I don't care. I just know it was an alcohol company that he wanted to buy the rights to, and they told him his money was no good. He was coming over the asking price, and they didn't want to sell it to him. I feel like because of his skin color, possibly, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it was just dealing with him. Who knows? I mean, they know. I don't know. All right. This is reverse. Broken ring. Parting of the ways is in either romance or business. And this is back to doing something risky. Beware self-delusion and good advice from a wise person. So I feel like the wise person was telling him, like, you getting ready to lose a lot, whether romance, business. Also, he's supposed to be responsible for the deaths of many people. He had a lot to do with those things. Tell me. Listen, my Wi-Fi is good. When I say good, like it's on full bars. Yet, this thing keeps reconnecting. So if you see pauses, something in the YouTube algorithms is trying to stop what I'm saying to y'all. And I don't know why, because why me? Why me when everybody else talking about it? Why my live got to be interrupted? I don't know. But it's being interrupted in some way. So keep that in mind, y'all, if you feel like you can't hear me at some point. Tell me more. I don't feel like my channel should be special. My little channel ain't that big for you to be interrupting me. Tell me more. And my connection is good tonight. Firecracker, excitement. Yes. This we got gong, an exciting event, and then we got firecracker. Opportunity windfall. Oh, you know what? He may be gambler. He might be a gambler. I wouldn't doubt that some things come out about him that are associated with him owing big money to somebody or gambling money. I just feel like he's such a risk taker that he would, go out for the thrill. But it's interesting that because Gene Deal talked about him from his history, and he was more conservative in his actions years ago until he ended up on some type of opioids or narcotics rather because of an injury. He's around the time of an injury he sustained from Kim when she bit him or something happened and he had to go to the hospital. After that, he was on pain meds, and then, like, ain't no looking back. He started popping everything, trying everything. But before that, he was conservative, and he wouldn't touch any of that. All right, tell me more. Romance is in the air. What is that clarifying? Bat? Really? Time to act. Long journey. Take care. Enemies are working against you. Rose. Oh. He used to romance his enemies. The people that he thought he was good with turned on him. The people that he partied with, the people that he courted a lot, just like he was trying to court what's his name, 50 Cent. So 50 Cent was like, you a weirdo, you are, you crazy, coming at me talking about some let's go shopping, I'll pay for it. Like, you know, like 50 said, like, I'm not a grown man and you trying to get me to call you daddy, or you calling somebody daddy. Like, no, that stop being weird to me. You know what I'm saying? And he would try to romance everybody he came, you know, like love bomb. The girl that went out with Cassie that night at the karaoke said when he showed up, a few minutes after he was there, it was a ton of food issued into their, I guess, VIP area. And that was, she felt like it was a distraction. But shortly after the food arrived, him and her disappeared. And she went out there to check on her friend, and they were surrounded by the bodyguards because he wanted to have an argument with her. Club, someone will try to make you do something against your will. Didn't I tell you? He got rapist type of tendencies. He likes to make people do things against their will. He takes some type of delight or thrill out of forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do. And you notice that even with Fabulous, did y'all see what he did with Fabulous? I need a comment on here to tell me if y'all hear me or not. Whoever's on here. Okay, good. So with Fabulous, he was on Drink Champs with him, and Fabulous couldn't even look him in the eye. He was extremely uncomfortable around him. He kept putting Fab under pressure, like, "Why? How come we didn't party on your birthday?" And Fab said, "I wanted to go home and be with my family." He's like, "Yeah, but we didn't party. We supposed to party." And Fab was like I said, I wanted to be with my family. And he was like, "Oh, I just think it ain't fair." He said, "But we partied before." "Yeah, but we didn't party for your birthday." Like, he didn't care how aggressive he was to make people uncomfortable, but he would do what he did, right? So tell me more. Tell me about this leg. He's stepping into a new experience with this gel, y'all. Tell me more. Disappointment in a friend or lover. The flute. Yep, he's got disappointment. He's disappointed. I'm telling you right now, he is disappointed in anybody that turned against him. He's disappointed in the powers that be that used to protect him. He's disappointed, period, because nothing is turning out in his way the way he thought it was. He's disappointed in his attorneys because he thought he should have bail at least, and his bail has been revoked and denied because they know he's a flight risk. They know he would just disappear. He'd probably end up in a country like he should have did it already if he was smart. But what's his name? What is his name? Russell Simmons. You see how Russell Simmons fled the country because he would have been up on charges by now. And so now he's in, I don't know, Thailand or Indonesia. He's somewhere where he won't be extradited, more than likely, so that he can live out the rest of his days, I guess. So, you know, many days they thought Puff would, but what I feel like is he thought he was so protected by the powers that be, he can go and come as he please, do what he want, wherever he was, because they were going to protect him. Oh, someone called. Yeah, did you see the video where he patted Justin down to see if Justin was wearing a wire? Justin Bieber. So I believe that could be 1,000% true that somebody was wearing a wire. Because they would have gone to somebody to get close to him. What's this say? Casket. Someone's going out of your life or the end of a situation. Okay, so here's your answer to your question, Carmen. He may not make it. He may not make it. We got casket here. Now, it could be the end of a situation, but the situation is him. And I don't think the situation is going to end. I really think it's him. Meaning, he could expire, right? But then, and this is clarifying the overall energy, He could expire, but the problem doesn't expire. The evidence doesn't expire. The tapes, the things that they have on him and so many other people, that's not going to expire. Remember, everybody was trying to get Epstein's list, right? To me, that list wasn't that damn serious. It was and it wasn't. Because what were they going to do with it if they don't investigate them? If they don't have evidence, they just have a list of people that actually been to the island. Just because you set foot in that island don't mean you actually did something, right? They just want a list. But Puff got evidence on people. You know what I mean? And video of them doing things, which, Epstein could have had that, but I feel like they didn't let that out. If he had it, they didn't let it out. But Puff has, or Diddler, he got stuff on people and video of them so that he can ensure his protection. You know? Alright, we ain't gonna stay too much longer on him. Cause this is just the tip of the iceberg. Honestly, I thought here's like every time something came out, it's not that I thought that was it, because I didn't. I didn't think that was it. But it's it's not even every day, y'all. If you think about it, if you look, I follow this one girl on here, Tisa Tells. She has a channel here, and she's a wag, and she tells everything. And she does several lives a day. Like, she's constantly being given information or finding information out on him. Like, she does other content, but for the most part, everything right now is centered on him, because it just seems like multiple times a day new information just keeps popping up. So I feel like every day is the tip of the iceberg, because now they're rumoring that he was with Tupac at some point. I don't want to believe that, but it's like he has a tattoo of Tupac on his chest, they said. That doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot, but it means something. You get what I'm saying? They claim that Tupac may have broken up with him right before his birthday, but this man was tied to lots of people as a relationship. So I don't really know how invested he was in any one person if he was tied to 50 billion people. But I do feel like he wanted control of each one of them. And the crazy part is, it's like, what's fact or fiction? We don't know. Because we can't ask somebody who's not alive what happened with you and this person. Um, so there's only going to be speculation really on that, or anybody that claimed to witness something. And again, it can't be verified by the person who's deceased. Also, they said shortly after that is when Pac was expired. 50 billion what? Did I say 50 billion? I'll be talking sometimes. Spirit just be telling me shit. Or sometimes I just be saying stuff. I don't know. All I know. Oh, he's not sleeping either, Maribel. My bad. I didn't even see that. Oh. Well, you know what that means. If he's sleep deprived and food deprived, he could end up unalive natural causes, honestly. Because you can't walk around here no zombie. And I mean, he ain't walking around here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he on a hunger strike and he can't get tired. The brain is gonna just do a whole lot of the wrong thing. It's hard to sleep in there. Maribel, was you incarcerated in there? Or you were on the other side, like corrections? Because, wow. Because if he isolated, he should be able to sleep some kind of way, no? Shouldn't it be quiet where he is? On the other side, I got you. He should be able to sleep somewhere. I would think, like, listen, at some point he gonna collapse. I would think. Sound like he gonna fall out somewhere, and then he gonna end up needing medical care. Once he gets that medical care, that's gonna be a little reprieve from there, because they may have to pull him out the building, but he would only be out that building temporarily. He gonna end up being back. Ooh, I know he is in straight panic mode, y'all. Let me see what I got on here. Disappointment. Yep, he feel like the world. He don't trust nobody. If his kids gave him a lollipop, he wouldn't even eat it. I know he wouldn't. I don't care what anybody give him something, he is not eating it, including them kids. Because if his mind is running a mile a minute, he don't trust nobody, because he can't be trusted. And look where he at. What's this? Card fit. Hold on, y'all. Mountain. Major changes, challenge to overcome. Oh, and Maribel. So, can I ask, does the mayor have something to do with him? Because why is everybody backing off of him, and they are quitting and not serving him anymore? So I just feel like he might even have an association with. All I know is he under investigation. Yep, delirious and freaked out. And none of his luxuries. So the mayor is associated with his nonsense? Ooh. Ooh. And Carmen, he freaked out because he can't have a freak off. Ooh. Yeah, the mayor. And, I had heard something about him a long time ago that gave me pause. I really never liked him, but one of the things that gave me pause about him is how his brother was employed in I forgot what position. But, it was a nepotistic type of placement. He was placed in his position that he probably didn't deserve. But there's, every mayor does appoint somebody to certain positions, right? It depends on if the positions are civil service or not. But some of them override that and just put their people in place. But he was exerting a lot of that stuff from the time he got in. Oh, he was giving. Who was giving the key to New York last year? Puff? Oh my gosh. Yes. And but is it associated with the diddler, or is it associated with something he actually did in the city, toward the city, money or whatever? Like, is it something like that? Because I haven't picked up on what the investigation is about. I just keep hearing this person dropped off. This person ain't dealing with him now. I'm like, what? What? Distortion? Oh Lord, well, we got one of those judgmental jerks again. Let me see. Another card popped out. Shield. You need to defend yourself. Ooh, his shields is down, y'all. His shields is down. He don't have no protection. Hills. Oops, what's that say? Obstacles to overcome. Yeah. I don't see him overcoming any obstacles, y'all. These some good cards in here, I'm sure, with 200 cards. And it ain't looking good. That's all I can say. Wow. Wow. Extortion. That's why I'm like, distortion? This one hell of a fall. It sure is. It really is. But thank you for clarifying, Maribel. This is crazy, y'all. Like, seriously. What in the world? Feather. What is this? Someone you know is undependable and insecure. You know, birds of a feather, and this is giving flaky vibes. So, yeah, I would say that wiretap sound real plausible. But you know, this reads like a movie. Like somebody wrote this. You know, like if J.K. Rowling was to write an American Hollywood horror story, this is what it's given, because the details and the plot and the characters are so interwoven that how the tentacles go so far out is like crazy to me. You know what I mean? And then when you go backwards and you do a backtrack, like the way she tied the Harry Potter series together was amazing to me. You know, I don't care if she wrote it, who wrote it. It was amazing how she tied that whole story together. You know, down to Cedric and this, that, and the third. Like you would have to know, right? Um, but this is like really like a wicked web that has been tied together from the rip. The thing is, though, getting down to who pulls his strings and who was the overarching protector, because he didn't do the things that he did by himself. And there was a mature man here on this spread. So what I'm getting is that there's a masculine energy that's been protecting him. And it don't have to be Clive. From what I'm hearing, it ain't necessarily Clive. What is this? Torch. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Also, I heard that he was into spiritual acts, right? So he was into dark magic, but the left-handed path, meaning he would do what he felt he wanted to do, regardless of how anyone else felt. He's gonna do his own. He's gonna do things his own way, or he going. And let me tell you something. When it comes to the dark arts of magic, I see, this is just my observation because I don't practice that. But the stories I've heard and some of the people I've seen, the darker the arts, meaning like the more you do things without a moral compass, those people are just like the textbook witches, like on video, like I'm about to say video, on like movies, for example. Women in particular are really old and decrepit, but they can do some type of glamour magic and make you feel that they're young, right, and beautiful. But they're really old and wicked, so their age is preserved, but they're not preserved. So they look horrible. People in real life look like that when they do a lot of bad magic. Like they really get sickly and ugly and distorted. The other thing I know, well, I should say in my observation, is it's like the higher they rose, the harder they fall. So they might be spiritually protected by whatever they're doing, but then at some point everything comes crashing down all at once. The commissioner stepped down too. Damn. Was that in Florida? Sheesh. Yo. So, wow. Wow. We got teardrops, great personal sorrow. This is him. Muddled, unclear thinking. Then you say his brain, that came out, the forest. Then you say that his mind was racing a mile a minute, but he can't think straight. You know what I'm saying? Because when you lie, you got to remember your lies. And when you've told so many, you can't keep it all straight. There's no way. So he gotta now remember his lies. Mm. Any more? Take that. Bo, you are highly thought of. That's what he thought. Or everybody. No, he's on everybody's mind right now, y'all. He's on everybody's mind. And they feel like he tied up like a little bow inside that jail and can't come out. His fate is going to probably be worse than R. Kelly's. Because R. Kelly's centered on just the ex and not everything. Not, that's sometimes. I think he had, I don't know if he didn't have no Rico charges that I know of, but he had a lot going on, being sued by spaces and, I think other money issues, child support, all of that. But this is a new level. Puffy is a new level. Dealing with a relationship with a younger woman. This is that Cassie kind of energy. She was the one that divulged. What's these two? Financial gain. So the young woman got a financial gain coming from something she did in the past. Bam. And then we got Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. So this is her being protected right now because of her getting this financial windfall and actually having the bravery to step forward about him. She gonna be all right. She said, all right, you say you be crying on a fetal position on the floor, crying like a bitch. Listen, you also are a Virgo, and you wouldn't be on that floor. You gonna be curled up on one end of that cot. You ain't getting on that floor. Worry about your own Bible, Laura. Don't come here starting with me. Judge yourself. You know what your guys say about judgment, right? So come over here judging and see what you get. All right, so we got Table, hard work ahead. Woo. So his legal team got some work cut out for them. But from what I've been hearing in the win about that, their excuses for him are so juvenile. They're like they don't have no business trying to match, trying to even represent him. He thought that everything was gonna go away from the time that she said what she said, and they said her situation was redacted, meaning whatever she put out in the court docs was also redacted by the legal team before it actually went out. So there was a whole lot more. I don't need to know the verse. Do your own judgment. Right. So what you here for, Laura? Why you watching me? Go read your Bible, boo. Go memorize your Bible, okay? Because I don't pretend to know. And care either. All right, so we got Kite, vacation. I just feel like he about to be zooted out of his mind. Not because he may be going through withdrawal. So this is going to be the opposite of a high for him. And it definitely a vacation because he can't get any work done. He can't earn any money. You know what I'm saying? He can't bring any money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he on a vacation, all right. It ain't the vacation he ever imagined. What's it say? Bell. Announcement. It's way more to come, y'all. I mean, I know it keep happening. It keeps happening. It's more and more. Like, the last thing I expected to hear was anything about Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Come on now. Pac. It's something I don't want to believe. that's something I do not want to even. I was supposed to get off of here, y'all. I was supposed to be done. But I didn't even, I don't even want, I just can't even believe. I don't want to believe that about Pop. If this is your first time, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Mice. Discord amongst friends and family. He ain't getting along with no damn body. Alright, that's where I'm going to leave it, y'all. I like this deck. And look at all these cards left. So I could go all day just on him alone, but we're going to leave him alone. You know why? Because there is more to come. I'm actually mortified that there's more to come, because this whole saga is far from over, but it's kind of devastating in many ways, that there's so many people that are not only participants but victims, right? Because he's a predator. He has a predator type of energy, right? He kind of just wants to prey on those. And like I said, his energy is more of that of a rapist who likes to see fear. Like he feeds off of fear. That is actually, oh, what's the word? He's definitely a predator. Like if you had to put him in the animal kingdom, he was somebody who has to go for the kill kind of energy. And for me, I feel like that is one of the worst parts of this. There's so many victims, yet there's also so many participants, and more is about to come. You know what I'm saying? You heard he was jealous of Tupac and his intelligence? Really? Yeah. Dang. Yeah, all the victims need prayer. But how about this? I think we could only make a blanket prayer that says praying for the victims, right? Because when you look at it, his children are victims, right? Not all of them, because he turned some of them into predators, but still, nonetheless, they were his victims. You got victims that are still coming out with reports saying X, Y, and Z. You got unknown victims that haven't even said a word. Gene Dill was saying there's a whole lot more. And then you have participants who used to also be victims. Like they claim Mary was a victim, yet she was also a participant, serving people up on a platter to him. Same thing with Usher, the way he served up Justin, and and so on. Like people stayed connected to him. And now you got a boy that's now a grown man that's still in pain and in tears, and was crying out in public, writing certain songs, letting you know like he is suffering, and wasn't supported the way he should have been, or protected the way he should have been. It's just so sad. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, we gonna take it how it resonate. You know, if it resonates with you, cool. If it don't, cool. If it's your first time to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Yes, Maribel, he is a control freak. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm gonna see when I come back on for this, but just tell us today, Tuesday. The goal is to come back tomorrow. That's the goal. I have been extremely exhausted lately, and I don't know if it's a planetary alignment. I'm like trying to do all the right things, vitamin wise. I gotta get more exercise. I know that. I done cut back on some sugary drinks, and then I'll go in the comments of certain videos I like, and everybody's saying the same thing, that they are abnormally tired. So I don't know if it's something in the air. You know, I don't know. So I do my best to come on and share with y'all collective energy, but I make it my priority to be on Thursdays for those that want readings. Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday, same time. So thank you for coming to the channel. Love you guys. I appreciate y'all. I rocks with y'all. I'm glad you were here. Let me rock out on this craziness that's still in process. Maribel, you have been like, I appreciate your insight and your contribution to this conversation, because this is deep and we kind of need to know all sides of stuff, because it does impact us. It impacts the way we see people that we once respected or enjoyed their music or their acting. It's just crazy right now. And the industry is about to be completely flipped on its head. So in the meantime, y'all have a good night. I'm bid y'all adieu. Until next time.